This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Ray Collins. April 17th, 5 a.m. Let's get to the forecast and meteorologist John Scalzi. Good weekend, John?
It was a beautiful weekend, actually. Lots of sunshine, you know. Could have used a little rainfall, absolutely. And didn't really see too much of that, you know. We had a little bit around the mouth of Charlotte Harbor, but it's just not enough to make too much difference. Did you guys smell any smoke over the weekend in the air? It was around from place to place. We had some inland fires, brush fires that were burning, and some of that smoke kind of moved on in. We have a general easterly wind flow most everywhere you look, north and south across the Suncoast. And that, again today, a warming wind will take us to above average temperatures as dry skies prevail. There are a few showers that we had yesterday, mostly south of us in Lee County, but a couple around the mouth of Charlotte Harbor. In any event, they really didn't add much to the rain bucket. And I don't expect to see much in the way of rain showers today either. A lot of sunshine, daytime highs in the mid-80s. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in just a few. Back to you.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Some buildups already this morning at this hour. Manatee County showing some action. State Road 64 westbound out of downtown Bradenton. Also, we see something on 301 around Cortez there. Let's check farther south now into Sarasota County, and we'll see what we have there. A little slowdown on Bee Ridge around the construction project there around Tuttle and Shade, otherwise okay. And then farther south into South County, no problems as you wake up at 5:02 on this Monday morning.
Well, topping our news this morning, a new report shows about 15% of Florida households earn less than the federal poverty level, but in reality, millions more are struggling to pull themselves out.
Our Erica Jackson went out to find one of the most highly affected neighborhoods on the Suncoast.
Sarasota County is tied for second place in the United Way's most recent ALICE report, but there's room for improvement in several areas in Manatee County.
A lot of families just struggling to, you know, put food on the table, keep your kids dressed, and pay the bills.
Millions of families in Florida struggle to afford a very modest living. While the federal poverty level for families is listed at $24,250, the United Way says it's really more like $53,000 in our state for a family of four. Those who earn less are classified as asset limited, income constrained, and employed, or ALICE for short.
Communities such as these are bombarded by a variety of problems. It's really systematic issues when you really look at it.
Rodney Jones is the president of the Manatee County NAACP and lives in central Bradenton to help understand the issues of community members. Just a few miles south in West Samoset, 84% of families live in poverty or fall in the ALICE category, according to the latest numbers. And it's difficult to escape the cycle.
I know a lot of people, a lot of young people working two and three jobs now. So what happens to your children when you work 2 and 3 jobs? So it creates a supervision issue.
They don't have $25, $50, and if something happens or their car breaks down, they can't go to work.
Mariah Avey with United Way says many families have worked their way out of the ALICE category in Sarasota County. She credits the ALICE report for helping break down the challenges in each county.
We were able to see the areas that we need to focus more on by communities and really deep dives in each community. Where is it that we need to look at? What do we need to fund? Where do we need to work?
And while Avey says county officials are responsible for improvement by creating affordable housing and requiring higher paying jobs, Jones argues it begins with a good education.
It definitely is a gateway to a better quality of life. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
You can find the entire 2017 ALICE report by visiting our website, mysuncoast.com. Reporting in Manatee County, Erica Jackson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thanks so much, Erica. The tax deadline is tomorrow, Tuesday, April 18th, and if you owe Uncle Sam, well, you may soon have to answer to private debt collectors. The IRS says the initial contact will not be by phone, but they will be sending out letters later this month to people with long-standing tax debts going back several years. If you do have a case that has been headed out to a private collection firm, the IRS will provide you with its specific name and contact information. It would be one of these 4 firms that are on your screen. Take a look. CBE Group of Cedar Falls, Iowa, Conserve of Fairport, New York, Performant of Livermore, California, and Pioneer of Horsehead, New York. Now, the IRS encourages taxpayers to file a complaint if they feel they have been mistreated. Meanwhile, if you earned less than $64,000 last year, you can still get some last-minute help on those taxes. United Way Suncoast has free tax preparation services at 5 locations today. Those include the Robert L. Taylor Complex in Sarasota, Holiday Park Recreation Hall in Northport, and the Jacaranda Library in Venice. There's also another full list of locations on our website at mysuncoast.com.
A new high-tech system for Handy Bus and Longboat Key shuttle passengers. Travelers can now register to receive real-time alerts by phone, email, or text. The messages can verify scheduled trips and pickup times, cancel trips when necessary, receive alerts or pending bus arrivals, and also send periodic updates on prepaid fare account balances. Officials say the new system allows customer staff to focus more on information. If you want to receive the new service, contact the Transit Division by phone, or you can update your account on the web at the website listed on your screen, mymanatee.org/MCAT. Well, last week's water main break near the Venice train depot is causing a temporary shift in bus operations there. The Venice train depot buses will now move to the park just east of the depot at the north end of Seaboard Avenue. The change comes due to road repairs after a water main break at the train depot last month. Work is expected to take 1 week for the road and an additional week for the sidewalk and curb. Maintenance of the traffic with signs will be set up to allow motorists access to the boat ramp. The bike path will also, at this point, remain open. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office is trying to find this man, a 51-year-old. They say that Brian Amon was last seen Sunday afternoon, 3 p.m. He was wearing blue jeans, gray Nike shoes, glasses, and blue tape on the glasses. He walks with a cane and is in need of medical attention. If you've seen this man, please contact the Manatee County Sheriff's Office.
61-year-old reggae music legend, well known in Sarasota, died Friday early morning in a multi-vehicle crash. Oswald Caines, known by his friends as Ham, had just left the 5 o'clock club where he usually performed every Thursday. That accident happened just 10 minutes away from his house. A celebration of life memorial service is being planned for sometime in the future.
Hundreds on the Suncoast were up before dawn to celebrate Easter on the sand yesterday. Look at this on Siesta Keys Public Beach. Pine Shores Presbyterian Church held their 60th annual sunrise Easter service. The faithful huddled close on the world-famous sand to listen to Sunday hymns and prayers with a view. Later in the morning, Lakewood Ranch's Grace Community Church held its own Easter services. Hundreds of volunteers pitched in to put on an even more than beautiful service this year.
The reason that we have to have so many services is because we have so many people that come to church. And so, you know, by having all of these services, we give everybody sort of a different time that they can choose. And if we had only our regular 4 services, we wouldn't be able to facilitate all the people that come. This is the most attended weekend of any of the church calendar.
Well, in the spirit of the holiday, people at Bee Ridge Presbyterian Church in Sarasota aspired to help someone else in need. A 1-year-old girl diagnosed with leukemia is in need of a bone marrow transplant, and the search is on for a match for Emily Meza. Volunteers yesterday gave 25 kits to people wanting to become a donor to someone in need.
It's overwhelmingly successful. We're really grateful and thankful because, you know, she really needs it, and we hope to do more drives so that we can help other children and other families. We actually had to turn some people away because we did run out of kits, but for those individuals that we turned away, we expressed to them that they can go to bethematch.org and request a kit, which you can do there as well.
Well, sponsors of that drive say they hope they'll soon be able to find a match for Emily.
Meantime, some golfers raised money for a little girl with a rare brain tumor. They raised about $58,000 for 6-year-old Avery Rand. Her father says insurance turned down the family's treatment plan, so he appreciates the support. He also gave an update on his daughter.
She's doing fine. She could be better, but today's a win. She's here today, and I'll take it all day long. If I couldn't have been more blessed to live in the community where I am. I grew up here, know a lot of people, and they've all come to my rescue, so to speak.
Very nice. Avery's Army partnered with the Life of Raleigh Foundation to put on the event. Avery's father says it should cover her medicine. Some of the best tennis players in the world are here on the Suncoast for a week-long 10th annual Sarasota Open.
That tournament has returned to its roots this year at the United Tennis Club in Bradenton. This is where it was held originally back when the tournament began exactly 10 years ago. Now players from around the world are competing for a piece of the $100,000 prize. The tournament founder and players are excited about this week.
Huge tennis community in general. It's a destination, so you have players from all over the world here, so a lot of nationalities, a lot of heritage, a lot of culture in this area comes out to cheer their home country heroes. So it's quite a mix for people to see.
I think there's a lot of good players, a lot of good practice sessions. It's always a great tournament to play.
Well, 32 players competed in the qualifiers round this weekend. The top 4 will go on to the main draw this morning. Now tennis begins each day this week starting at 10 a.m. and lasts well into the evening. The finals are set for a week from today. Those tickets for those events start at $20 for general admission. Beautiful weather shaping up. I'm sure that brings lots of folks to the Suncoast as well.
Great. Yeah, a lot of these players are kind of B level right now, but then invariably a few of them will pop to the next level and become household names. So it's fun to watch them on their ascent.
I have a feeling that this guy at the other end of the table might have spent some time out there this weekend.
I might have been there both days. That's right.
Tennis player that you are.
Yeah.
Weather was great for it.
Oh,
Can't beat that. A little on the warm side of average, but that's average.
That's our new average.
That's our new average. So there you go. We have a very little rain chance again today. Looks like it's going to be a lovely day. We'll talk about it in a second.
All right. Well, for those Star Wars fans, the latest film is introducing some brand new characters.
And later in the hour, Governor Scott meets with community leaders to discuss efforts in combating the Zika virus. Stay with us.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetzy. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is rated the #1 car brand in safety, and all Subaru models with eyesight are a 2017 IIHS Top Safety Pick. And you can lease the most award-winning small SUV, a new Subaru Forester, for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, it was a warm weekend, no doubt about it. Daytime high temperatures yesterday in the mid-80s. And we're starting off the morning a little bit warmer than we were on Friday when we left you with 65 degrees the air temperature. Dew point also risen just a little bit. We had some mid-50s, yes, on Friday, rather. And today we're near the 60-degree mark. We have moistened the atmosphere a little bit. Still comfortable, no doubt about that. We have fairly clear skies at times. Other times we're seeing little banks of clouds roll by, but they are non-rain producing clouds. East wind comes in at about 5. We'll have that east wind with us throughout the day today. If you look at the dew point numbers, these again, the amount of moisture in the air is indicated directly through the dew point number, and dew points in the 50s, you think of that as dry. Dew points in the 60s, comfortable, but definitely you notice a little more moisture. Dew points in the 70s, it's like Manila out there. So we are looking currently at 50s and 60s most everywhere across the state of Florida, except of course down around Key West, where it's always warm and sticky. And so we're not looking at any real large slugs of moisture heading toward us anytime soon. We remain high and dry. Boy, it was nice out at the beaches this weekend. I hope you got a chance to get out there and enjoy. My wife and I took our walk on Friday, and Saturday we looked at the beautiful sunsets, and I tell you what, it was gorgeous. General easterly wind flow keeping the red tide out to sea, and the Mote Marine spotters at these area beaches again today showing no red tide irritant in the air affecting any of the beachgoers at the time that they made that observation. So that's great news. Once again, it looks like we're going to have a couple of good days here at the beaches without too much in the way of any interference from the red tide that's in the water. Titan radar locally not picking up a drop of rain. Yesterday we got a few scattered showers around the mouth of Charlotte Harbor, but mostly it was down to the south in Fort Myers area. And I think that's probably a pretty good bet for again today. Not a lot of rainfall around here, but the further south you head in through Charlotte County and into Lee County, the better your chance of rain. Your airport hubs look all good today. No weather worries here. The rain showers really are north of that. They extend from about the Delmarva back toward the open plains. And here in the open plains, there could be a setup for some stronger storms today. So say if you were traveling to St. Louis, Missouri or Kansas City, there could be some issues with airport delays. Also down in the southern tip of Texas, Brownsville, there could be some issues, but none of it affecting us. High pressure remains the dominant weather feature over the deep south and over the state of Florida, providing us with some fair weather today. Warm, sunny skies, cooler coastline as the sea breeze will have a good chance of building, and then dry weather continuing. Now, looks like all week long, but you can't rule out an isolated shower like one of these quick splash and dash sprinkles, but they're really not going to add much to the rain bucket across the Suncoast. So, forecast looks good for boaters today. Expect a northeast wind developing with a sea breeze in the afternoon closer to the coast. Mid-80s right straight through the week, and maybe with wind shifting from east to say southeast later in the week, maybe we'll get enough moisture in here to support 1 or 2 decent showers. So we'll put in that 20% chance of rain. But so far, looks like a dry week, guys.
All right, thanks so much, Don. Taking a look at Suncoast traffic this morning, exceptionally quiet throughout Manatee County. Roadways looking pretty clear, so if you're heading out the door at 5:18 this morning, it doesn't look like you'll see a lot of congestion throughout Manatee County. As we head into Sarasota County, pretty quiet as well. Some congestion on Clark Road, also on Bee Ridge Road, mostly probably due to that construction project on Bee Ridge. 41 seeing a little bit of congestion as well, but I-75 looking clear throughout the viewing area. A little bit of congestion on Business 41 towards South Venice. Other than that, no accidents to report on this Monday morning. The latest Star Wars films are introducing brand new characters, but not forgetting the familiar ones.
It's allowing different generations to enjoy the movies together. Paula Ferris has the story.
Lines of Force faithful, young and old, gathering this weekend at the Star Wars celebration in Orlando, Florida. The fans in hyper-speed mode on the heels of that new teaser for The Last Jedi.
I'm really excited. I've been waiting a long time for this.
At the 12th annual gathering of the Jedi faithful in Orlando, creator George Lucas perfectly summing up his brainchild.
You know, it's a film for 12-year-olds.
But that vision has grown up and is being passed on from generation to generation.
I am a Jedi,
like my father before me.
Who do you think is the scariest villain? Darth Vader or Kylo Ren?
Well, Kylo Ren has a little bit of an attitude, so I'll go with Vader.
Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy's father and son.
But to truly rule the galaxy takes an incredible costume. Hundreds hitting the stage to show off their perfectly detailed queens and trot out their tauntauns. But it was this blinged out stormtrooper who took the prize. So how did the originals feel about the enduring energy from their adoring fans?
After all these years, it's still such an emotional and spiritual experience for your fans. Is that surprising?
Yes, in a word, because I thought, you know, there's the different categories, people that just don't care for it, people that like it enough to go see it once, and then there's the point that I labeled them UPFs, ultra passionate fans.
Quick little lightning round with John. R2-D2 or BB-8?
BB-8.
Better pilot, Rey or Han Solo?
Han Solo.
Most intimidating Star Wars character?
Oh, Kit Fisto.
The villain you'd most like to kill?
Emperor Palpatine.
All right. Biggest jokester on set?
Daisy Ridley.
Really?
Daisy Ridley, yes.
You're kidding?
Yes.
Most likely to break character while shooting a scene?
Benicio.
Okay. Really?
Who would have thought this film from 1977 would transcend 40 years later now?
I know, I was thinking the same thing. Who would have thought those actors probably did not even think that they would become such legendary stars?
Caught on.
Well, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, Google giving their take on fashion, how a new feature will give you tips on the latest trend.
And next half hour at 5:30, the U.S. looks to China for help. Yeah, we'll tell you why next half hour.
I'm Alan Cohn. The tax deadline is nearly here. Tuesday is your final chance to file, but will there be major tax reform in our future?
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less. Featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest to support your head, neck, and shoulders, bedside power plugs, under bed night lights, and more. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less than Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You've got to see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-774-8103. That's 1-800-774-8103. Call now.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce.
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small.
I mean, really moves me.
One.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Welcome back. Monday morning, 5:24 now.
Well, Apple is now officially in that race to design self-driving cars. Apple's doing it.
The whole thing boggles my mind. Details in this morning's Tech Bite reports.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple now has a permit to test self-driving cars.
Apple joins about 30 other companies like Tesla and Google in the race to build self-driving vehicles.
Apple hasn't confirmed the project, but software tests will reportedly begin very soon.
Google is now offering fashion tips to help you pick out the perfect outfit.
This is interesting. It has introduced a new feature called Style Ideas. When you use your mobile app to look at things like dresses or shirts, you'll get a bunch of images showing how that item can be worn.
Perfect for lazy news anchors like myself. And drones are helping protect swimmers from sharks. Researchers in Australia and California have attached cameras to the aircraft.
The drone spots sharks underwater, allowing lifeguards to warn swimmers. The Australian version includes megaphones to provide an immediate alert to those who might be swimming near sharks. Those are your Tech Bites.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Glucerna.
Managing blood sugar is not a marathon. It's a series of smart choices, like using Glucerna to replace one meal or snack a day. Glucerna products have up to 15 grams of protein to help manage hunger, and Carb Steady, unique blends of slow-release carbs to help minimize blood sugar spikes. Every meal, every craving. It's the choices you make when managing blood sugar that are the real victories. Glucerna, everyday progress.
Life could be a dream. Happiness is powerful flea and tick protection from NexGard, a delicious chew that protects for an entire month. Ask your vet for more information. Reported side effects include vomiting and itching. NexGard, the vet's #1 choice.
Can't see it, can't taste it, but there's so much more to it. Here's how Benefiber works.
Inside us are trillions of good microflora that support digestive health. The prebiotic fiber in Benefiber nourishes them.
And what helps them helps you.
Clear, taste-free Benefiber.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons, leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.
Thank you.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get Debt-Free Now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
So many times we underestimate the human spirit's drive to recover. We often see people surpass what any of us might have expected initially. The Rehabilitation Pavilion at Sarasota Memorial is the top of the line. It allows us to really bring the patient's recovery to the next level.
It's the season of savings right now during the spring clearance event at Sunset Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Over 100 standard and available safety features make the new Chrysler Pacifica a safe investment for any family. And right now, you can own one for just $24,999. Or get one of America's longest lasting pickups and save up to $11,000 on a new Ram Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, developments from the Korean Peninsula, where Vice President Mike Pence is in South Korea.
A manhunt is still underway in Cleveland for a killer who went live on Facebook to post a video of a homicide.
And in Columbus, Ohio, authorities are trying to find witnesses after a shootout early Sunday morning outside a nightclub.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And good morning, 5:30 on a peaceful Monday morning. Pretty shot there of the Ringling Causeway connecting the Sarasota Bayfront west to St. Armand Circle and the Key out there, Lido Key. Beautiful shot as you wake up on this Monday, April 17th. Good morning. Glad you're with us. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. I don't know about you, but I'm still feeling a little fluffy today from all the food I ate yesterday. What about you, John?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel fluffy every day from all the food I ate. That's just the story of my life, you know. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful start to the morning. You know, I like these kind of mornings where we're sort of in that transition between the kind of cooler temperatures of winter and the really dog days of summer. It's so peaceful. You don't get the strong cold fronts coming through. You don't have the deep, thick moisture in place. So we don't have an issue with fog. We don't have an issue with some strong fronts bringing rainstorms around. Everything is very nice to start your morning. Love that. And we're looking at radar right now that's showing peaceful conditions across the peaceful conditions across the entire state of Florida, and temperatures that are pretty mild, coming in at 62 degrees in Arcadia, Mayaca, 63, Wauchula. Closer to the coastline, a little bit warmer thanks to the water, with 67 in Longboat Key, 68 in Inglewood, 67 in Venice, and 63 degrees in Bradenton. We'll top it off today, again, on the warm side of average, coming in the mid-80s, but the rain chances are going to be minimal. Maybe if you head south down toward Charlotte Harbor, toward Fort Myers particularly, you might pick up a late evening shower, but otherwise, we stay dry. Complete forecast coming up in just a few. Back to you guys.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Checking Suncoast roads as you awaken this morning. We'll start now in southern Sarasota County for a change, and not seeing any problems right now on the maps down there. Smooth sailing. Checking other maps right now, we'll go to central Sarasota County and see a little bit of a buildup around Bee Ridge and 41 as you pass by. Let's see what cross streets are there. I guess you'd say Bay Street as you approach 41 and Bee Ridge. Otherwise, all clear there. And then checking the maps in northern Manatee County, we'll see a little buildup on 301 as you head in to downtown Bradenton.
Now to some developments from the Korean Peninsula, where Vice President Mike Pence is in South Korea. North Korea's show of force over the weekend failed as a medium-range missile actually blew up upon launch.
Yeah, Pence called that test a provocation, and some wonder if hackers disrupted the launch. Details from ABC's Janae Norman.
Good morning. That failed missile test in North Korea isn't alleviating concerns. Speaking overnight in South Korea, Vice President Mike Pence with a warning from the administration. The U.S. will take action if necessary. With all eyes on North Korea, a weekend missile launch failed in spectacular fashion. U.S. commanders say a medium-range ballistic missile blew up almost immediately after launch, with the world watching, humiliating the country's leader, Kim Jong-un.
We will meet any use of conventional or nuclear weapons with an overwhelming and effective response.
That failed test hasn't eliminated the looming threat of North Korea's 6th nuclear test and new missiles flaunted in a weekend parade.
This problem is coming to a head, and so it's time for us to undertake all actions we can, short of a military option, to try to resolve this peacefully.
But all options are on the table.
The administration warning the U.S. will take action amid concerns the regime is getting closer to being able to reach the continental United States with a missile. U.S. officials are sure Kim Jong-un isn't giving up on a long-range missile with a nuclear warhead capable of reaching the U.S. The administration is leaning on China to flex its muscle in the region to pressure North Korea to abandon its weapons. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
Well, a manhunt is also underway in Cleveland for a murder suspect who posted an apparent video of homicide all on Facebook.
As reporter Polo Sandoval tells us, police say he killed someone and then posted it online.
Well, right now, shock and disbelief, not just only in the city of Cleveland, but also across the country after a senseless crime was captured on camera that eventually uploaded on Facebook. Authorities say that Steve Stevens is the man who is seen in this video here, appears to go on some kind of a rant before eventually setting his sights on an innocent elderly man on the side of the road just east of Cleveland. Authorities bringing us up to speed with the latest information in the case.
We want him to turn himself in. If that doesn't happen, then again, we have all of our partners in on this, and we'll look until we find him. Currently, Division of Police is, of course, the lead on this, but of course our partners from the FBI, our state and county partners are also working with us diligently to make sure that we get this person off the streets.
We're also learning more about the victim in this shooting, a 74-year-old man by the name of Robert Goodwin. By all accounts, he was simply randomly targeted at the wrong place at the wrong time. His family now responding and reacting to the loss.
Good guy. He's very good-hearted. Keep the shirt off his back. And I'm not just saying that for these cameras, like people do, knowing that they people really ain't right, but I'm telling the truth that this man right here was a good man.
CNN spoke to Stevens' mom, a woman by the name of Maggie Green, who tells CNN that the last time she saw her son was on Saturday, that he told her it would be the last time that she would see him. Reporting in Atlanta, I'm Polo Sandoval.
Well, Stephen's mom also says that he told her that he was shooting people because he was mad at his girlfriend. Police say he also claimed to have committed multiple homicides, but no other victims have been found so far. Stevens is still on the run. He is described as a black man, about 6'1" and 240 pounds. He's also driving a white Ford Fusion with a temporary tag.
Also in Ohio, police in Columbus are trying to find witnesses after an early morning nightclub shooting that injured 9 people. Police say shots rang out shortly before 3:30 a.m. Sunday morning outside a place in North Columbus. 2 of the victims are now listed in critical condition.
We had 9 victims and dozens of shots fired. At this point, 8 of the 9 people we have been able to talk with, and 8 of the 9 people have not been cooperative with our investigation, which is making it tough to locate suspects. And in this case, we are saying suspects. We believe multiple people fired multiple shots. We're thinking dozens of shots at this time.
Well, still no word yet what caused that shooting. Look at this, some unusual video from a California bank after a truck took out the storefront during an attempted burglary. Police near Los Angeles say a burglary in progress alarm rang at the Chase Bank. Here it goes. Let's watch this together. Surveillance cameras show a flatbed tow truck backed into the bank's front entrance and doorway. The thieves were later seen inside the bank, but by the time officers arrived, the truck was long gone. Hours later, police found the abandoned flatbed tow truck. Police say the bad guys didn't get away with any money. A terrifying moment for 2 Florida boaters who capsized 26 miles west of Cedar Key, north of Tampa. Lucky for them, the Coast Guard came to the rescue. A response boat moved into action Saturday morning, but couldn't tow their fishing boat itself. They got them, it seems. A helicopter crew from Air Station Clearwater was called in, and the team hoisted the 2 fishermen from the capsized hull to their boat. No injuries were reported.
Well, another fallout from the recent drought as a water shortage warning has been issued to more than 8 million people from Orlando all the way to the Florida Keys. Drought conditions have prompted the district to prohibit fires on its lands and prepare to close navigation locks on Lake Okeechobee's north shore due to low water levels. Officials say rainfall across the district's 16 counties since November 1st has just been about 6.75 inches below average. South Florida now being asked to do its part in conserving the water supply. Well, things aren't looking too good for a beloved power protein when a new study found that avocados may be in more danger than scientists think. University of Florida researchers say they found more beetles that can actually carry a disease threatening avocado trees. The red bay ambrosia beetle, considered the main carrier of laurel wilt, is rare in avocado groves, but in a new study, scientists found 3 more beetles that can carry that tree-killing disease. They're focusing on red bay ambrosia beetles and say they may not save avocado trees from laurel wilt, Avocados bring in more than $100 million a year to the Sunshine State. And I love my avocados, so that's kind of devastating. I'm sure lots of other people love avocados as well.
Yeah.
I think this too.
Yeah, that's a sad story right there. So we've got the blight on our grapefruit and oranges, citrus products. We've got the avocado blight. Basil has a black spot virus that's going around
Lovely.
as well.
This sounds great.
What's a fella to eat?
You're the bearer of bad news.
That's a real bad blow to the Florida's crops.
Right.
Yes, it is.
We have across our region today a lovely afternoon for you. We'll talk about that in just a moment.
Well, still ahead, scientists from Australia have developed a drug-like molecule to inhibit the protein that fuels cancer. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-962-4112. That's 1-800-962-4112. Call now, 1-800-962-4112. For a free brochure, call 1-800-962-4112.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service, quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALT named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help. With Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So across the entire state, the temperatures are pretty comfortable, I think. 57 degrees Jacksonville, Gainesville, Tallahassee. Tampa comes in at 59, a little warmer there. We're a little cooler in our neck of the woods. We have 66 degrees in Naples, 73 Palm Beach. Of course, the hot spot of naturally will be Key West, where they're right in that warm Florida Straits water and benefit from a bit of the loop current as well. 62 Myakka, 61 Wauchula, 68 in Arcadia. A little bit cooler in inland areas, just a touch as we normally find it. And then along the coastline, the water aiding to keep the morning temperatures just a little bit on the warmer side. 66 in Venice, Boca Grande, Bradenton comes in at 65, and then Sarasota comes in at 65 as well. So the forecast calls for this easterly wind flow to continue today. Right now, east at about 5, pretty light, really, with a 60-degree dew point. That feels comfortable enough. Can't beat that. Nice clear skies out there, though they haven't been continuously clear during the overnight. We've had some banks of clouds kind of moving through, coming in actually 2 different directions. So it's kind of interesting to watch in the cloud pattern. Not much in the way of rainfall, and our fire danger index, of course, this product, as I show you every day, and will until we start to get some rains around here, indicating some areas that are extremely dry, particularly in Manatee County, where you see that bright orange, reddish color. That's a very high category, indicating wildfires likely to start and require suppression in these locations. And there's quite a few areas that are in the high zone in and around our area, and a lot of wildfires ongoing, especially in inland locations. Not much rainfall over the weekend to help aid this situation. The only thing that I guess has helped to benefit the firefighters over the course of the weekend has been the fact that the wind speeds have been not quite as bad as they could have otherwise been, and the relative humidities have risen just a little bit. Dew point values have come up from the low 50s to now about the 60-degree mark. So that's helpful. That's helpful. Any kind of moisture you can put in the air is helpful. Had some rain showers down to the south, but we really haven't had any around our area that have benefited the rain bucket at all. Traveling today, well, the Atlanta Airport Hub, the Raleigh-Durham, the Charlotte Airport Hub serving our area all look pretty good. You go a little further north up to the Delmarva, there'll be some scattered showers in progress, kind of stretching back through the Ohio Valley and into the open plains. Those showers are pretty much going to be benign in nature, though there will be a possibility of southern tip of the state of Texas and also a little portion of the Central Plains to experience the potential for some stronger storms as the kind of stalled frontal boundary that extends back toward Denver sharpens up a little bit and taps into a little bit more moisture, gets a little upper level support. That'll be a bullseye location. But for us, nice, no problems. Don't see any real thunderstorm potential anywhere across the state of Florida. If you're driving north, south, west, east, driving west, you can't go very far, but you're not going to experience any bad weather. That's the good news. Warm and sunny skies, cooler near the coast. Dry weather continues. That's the name of the game that'll carry us really right into the next several days. The extremely dry air moving away from us, but we're not really in the real moist air, the convergence of the moist air that Texas is seeing. So, you know, we get a little bit of high cloudiness from time to time streaming by. You can see those clouds kind of coming in opposite directions there. Streaming high clouds coming in from the Gulf, and then those lower level clouds kind of being pushed away from the coast by the localized breezes and that general easterly wind flow. So the forecast calls for mid-80s right straight into the rest of the work week. And our chance of rainfall, pretty minimal. Now, you don't see any rainfall Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That does not mean that you can't see an isolated shower pop up near the coast, but the rain chance is below 10%, so I'm not putting it in. It would be a very brief, short-lived shower if you were lucky enough to see one. But over the weekend, moisture will increase sufficiently that I could put in a 20% chance of a shower. Live with that. I think hopefully we will see a little bit more activity as the moisture increases by the weekend. Back to you guys.
All right, well, speaking of driving east-west in every which direction that John mentioned, let's take a look at the Suncoast traffic this morning. In Manatee County, it looks like some traffic towards downtown Bradenton, also on 41 and towards that South Bradenton-Cortez Road area. Other than that, I-75 looking clear as you head throughout to Sarasota County. Pretty quiet as well throughout that area. No traffic on the roadways. A little bit of congestion on Clark Road if you're heading towards I-75. Looking clear as we head into South County. Pretty quiet throughout that area as well. Not a whole lot going on this Monday morning. In your Health Smart this morning, there are many different recommendations when it comes to breast cancer screenings. It can obviously get a bit confusing.
Yeah, reporter James Denan sorts it out in today's Health Minute.
According to a new survey in an internal medicine journal, many primary care physicians and gynecologists are still recommending breast cancer screenings for women between the ages of 40 and 44. However, health organizations remain divided on when women should begin regular mammograms. The American Congress of Obstetricians and Gynecologists recommends annual screenings starting at 40. In 2015, the American Cancer Society relaxed its guidelines. It recommends women with an average risk of breast cancer wait until they are 45 for regular screenings. Meanwhile, the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force recommends mammograms every 2 years starting at 50. Some organizations argue early screening helps with early detection. Opponents say it's more likely to lead to overdiagnosis and false positive results. For patients, that could lead to unnecessary anxiety, discomfort, and financial costs. As screening guidelines continue to evolve, the author of the survey says the important thing is to stay informed. For today's Health Minute, I'm James Dinan.
In other health news, encouraging news from Australia on the fight against a certain cancer. Scientists at the Olivia Newton-John Cancer Research Institute, have developed a drug-like molecule to inhibit the protein that fuels cancer growth. When tested in animals, existing colon and stomach cancers stopped growing. The team says the drug may be up for clinical trials within 3 years. It may offer other treatments for cancers as well.
All right. Well, what is this horse doing and why is it running loose? Take a look at the video. We'll tell you why when we come right back. Stay with us.
Sarasota Magazine and PNC Wealth Management present the Best of Sarasota Soiree at Selby Gardens on April 24th.
It's an evening to sip, savor, and celebrate Sarasota Manatee's best of winners.
This year will be full of Warhol-inspired surprises, entertainment, and a tribute to those representing the best in our community.
Come join ABC 7 for all the fun.
Get your tickets today at sarasotamagazine.com.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Minnesota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Minnesota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Minnesota Flooring today.
So many times we underestimate the human spirit's drive to recover. We often see people surpass what any of us might have expected initially. The Rehabilitation Pavilion at Sarasota Memorial is the top of the line. It allows us to really bring the patient's recovery to the next level.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill, I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
It's the season of savings right now during the spring clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Cherokee for just $18,999. And for a limited time, get America's best value, a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,599. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get Debt-Free Now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
All right, take a look at this video on your screen. This horse running rampant across the road there in Philadelphia. As you can see, police are chasing after that car, or that horse rather. It is running loose on the street, but that was the scene on Friday morning in Philadelphia. As you can see, dozens of patrol cars chasing down that horse, which is named Big Mama.
Naturally.
Go figure. The police escort actually had to stop traffic and, of course, a few turning heads. She was trying to make her way on an evening weekend.
Like the scene from a bad movie there.
I know.
All right, 5:54 will update local news headlines, the forecast, and also traffic after this. Stay with us.